This is Josh, and in January, Josh was working 9 to 5. He was burnt out with his agency that he was trying to build alongside his job, and he was making inconsistent 1K months. 164 days later, Josh is his own boss. He is free, working out with me in Bali here, and making 9K a month with his agency. In this video, I'm going to explain exactly how we took Josh all the way from this 9 to 5er to this free online business owner, and exactly how you can do the exact same. But don't take my word for it, take Josh's.
This month, I should be closing about $9.2K. Transformation is crazy. To be here right now, I've quit my job back in May, and I'm out making way more than what I was making in my job. It's ridiculous.
But you know what's even cooler is in January, Josh jumped on a call and said this to me.
My end goal anyway is to be able to quit my job and be able to just travel. There's so many countries in the world that I want to go to. People who are like us are there. So it's just kind of like having enough to do that, having enough to support my family, having enough to save, having enough to actually build this personal brand to something massive. And then work on other projects as well.
And it's pretty cool to look back 164 days later and say we've done exactly that, because Josh now has the 4 Ws. He can work when he wants, with who he wants, wherever he wants, and on whatever he wants. And in this video, I'm going to explain exactly how we made that happen and exactly how you can copy the exact same structure to do the same for yourself. Because Josh had a skill or some knowledge that improved one of the 3 aspects that humans are looking for. They want better wealth, or better relationships. And all you need to do is think the same. Do you have a skill or knowledge in an area that can improve one or more of these areas? And Josh had branding, which improves people's wealth by improving people's ad spend. But the thing about Josh is we needed to repackage his offer. And this is what he said to me in the testimonial, which was one of the best things we did with him.
I think the main thing he helped me with was actually helping me to understand my offer. I think that's the best place to start off with, is because, you feel like you sometimes think that your offer is good, but until you actually break it apart, that's when you actually start to realize the flaws in it and how.
And that's what we did with him, because Josh came to us and he said that he helps e-commerce brands with visually appealing static ads. And you can tell he knows what he's talking about, right? He's posted a 50-minute YouTube video. He's also posted a 40-minute YouTube video. He clearly knows how to make visually appealing ads, but this was happening.
I booked in a lot of sales calls, and every time I got in the sales call, I tried to pitch my offer, and they would be like, yes, it's cool, I like it, but they didn't really see the urgency to buy it.
And that was the problem, because Josh didn't have a no-brainer offer. We had to repackage his offer, because any good offer has 6 key fundamentals. It has a clear ICP that it's targeting. It's very clearly value-driven. It has a unique mechanism. It's structured in a great way. It removes the risk of the ICP getting involved, and there's loads of proof that it works. And the thing with Josh is he had some of these things, but the value was one of the parts that he was missing. And I explained this to him in a mastermind that we did a few months ago.
This again is when we started together, you had this part absolutely locked in. You were making the stuff look sick.
Yeah.
I think, and that's not going to go or change or anything like that. Yeah. But I think what we've done almost in the last few weeks, but also what I think we need to keep pushing is okay, what are the results? How can...
And what I go on to talk about, you can see here, is talk about ROAS. Because the thing that Josh had forgotten about the 3 reasons that people actually buy is because they want better health, wealth, or relationships. And Josh needed to focus on the fact that he was helping e-commerce brands with increasing their wealth with visually appealing static ads. E-commerce brand owners, they don't care about how nice something looks. They just want to make more money and sell more of their product. And that was getting really dialed in on what the value of his offer was. What outcome was he giving to his ICP? So what we did is we made everything focused around ROAS, around increasing the money that people could make from getting involved with Josh. And that helped a lot. But the other thing we did is we realized that there was too much risk getting involved right now. At the beginning of an offer, when it's at 5, 10, 15K a month, you need to remove the risk that the ICP has to get involved. And this is what we said to him in the mastermind.
When someone's I'm not really, at the start, you're just look, by the way, I don't know if I mentioned to you, but if we work together until you get a certain defined result. It has to.
And what we're going to talk about there is how you risk reverse using a guarantee, because when you don't have the proof that the bigger people have in the market, what you actually need to do is remove the risk. And you do that by linking an outcome that someone wants. For example, Josh was about ROAS, and you link that outcome to saying you will conditionally work with someone until they achieve that outcome. And that really helps in building that offer to the 5, 10, 15K a month mark. And by the way, if you are someone who's looking to build an online offer to the 5, 10, 15K a month mark, and if you have a skill or knowledge that you don't know how to package up, or you want help on repackaging it to help make it a no-brainer offer, then you can book a link in the description. We will give you a call where I explain exactly how you can build a no-brainer offer and take a look into working with us. But that's a quick plug done. Let me talk about the step 2, which was the restructured acquisition we did with Josh. Because Josh came to us in January and he was doing cold outreach. He had a reply rate that was below 5%, and he was doing cold sales calls with people who would just rock up to speak to him, who didn't really know who he was, didn't really know whether they actually wanted to work with him, and basically it was just a hard sell. And what's amazing is Josh said this to me on the 17th of January when he got started.
Don't like outbound. Like, I have to do it, but I don't like it. And I feel like, I think I told you as well, people sometimes when like I make them a free visual, some people, not all of them, I'm like, hey, I made you a free visual. Let's jump on a course. I can present it to you and see if, if you like it or not. It would just be like, oh, can you send me the free visual? Can you just send it to me? I'm like, no. And then if I say no to them, they just don't reply, or like they get weird. Or if I send them a Loom instead, sometimes they just like watch the Loom and then don't say anything. So I'm like, you're just wasting my time. Like, I want to be viewed as an authority rather than me being like one of those freelancers. They wanted to be seen as an agency, like a creative partner, basically. So I want to become a personal brand. I think that's what it is. Before I was like, nah, personal branding is not for me. I can probably just do outbound. But now, as I've gotten older and I've kind of been in the game for a bit now, I'm like, I'd have a way better time having inbounds and having a funnel, having a personal brand compared to outbounds.
And it's cool because we have achieved that, because now in June, Josh just gets inbound leads. He doesn't have to do outreach, and he doesn't even get objections on sales calls. And you can see here, clients coming in through X. This was 1.5K per week, another through X, and another through X, not even needing a sales call. And that's what happens when you build an ecosystem that is full of the right type of content. And this is exactly what I said to him.
I was posting about visuals and how visuals are important for brands and blah, blah, blah. And I started posting my visuals. And it got some good engagement, decent engagement, not the best engagement. And I rarely got any inbounds. Then I switched and started talking about ads and how to design ads and how to...
And that was because of the fact that we told him, look, Josh, what happens is visuals are important. Of course, visuals are important. But posting about it, it doesn't work because it's awareness content. People don't need awareness content. They don't need nice to have visuals that look good. There's no ICP, clear value-driven outcome. What we want to speak about instead, and what we said to Josh, is that we need to be speaking about ROAS, about the desired outcome, solving the problem that brands have, which is that they're not getting the ROAS that they want. This means that you can talk about direct ROI in your content. You can talk about how you literally increased the amount of money that someone was making, and it also helps you build authority as well. And this is what Josh said when we changed his content, is his most recent post, one of the best performing, got loads of followers, and then he's reaching out to them to sell them. And it's all because of this ecosystem that we built, Josh, where he doesn't have to do cold outreach anymore. What he can do is he gets inbound leads with no outreach needed and no objections on the calls. And that is the beautiful thing about the trust building ecosystem. But then sometimes people do need sales calls, because what happens is sometimes they need a push over the line. And this is exactly what we help Josh with.
So now sales calls is a lot easier now, because I'm just like, I'm being myself. I'm kind of showing them a proof. And I'm like, just like they can tell I know what I'm talking about. So it's just a lot easier than like sales calls. They don't really scare me anymore.
This is what we wanted, because with the sales calls, when someone does need to be sold to, you need to be able to deliver in a confident and very put together manner. And we gave Josh a 48-minute sales training to improve three things. The first was payment delays, because Josh was working with business owners. They'd often say, oh, I'll pay you tomorrow, I'll pay you the next day. And he was chasing up people over and over again for invoices, which is an absolute nightmare. So we implemented a system into his business that allows him to not have those delays, to get paid on the call, to make it seamless and an obvious next step for the business owner that he's trying to sell to. We also redesigned his funnel to increase the amount of people that come through and make it a seamless transition all the way from engaged lead on his X or through his YouTube all the way to being a paid client. So the funnel design was a fundamental thing within the call that we had with him. But the biggest training that we did was on objection handling, because over and over again, Josh was getting the time objection. He was getting the speak to my team objection. He was getting that this sounds like a good idea, but might not do it now objection. And we taught him exactly how he needs to deal with those objections and get to the root cause of why people are saying it, handle the objection and sell them. And that is a big leverage tool that we've used to get Josh to that 9K a month mark. And then at the end of the testimonial, Josh said this.
Shows that, like, if you actually have a skill and you can monetize it, obviously using your trust ecosystem as well to get clients as well, like, you can pretty much live the life you want, really.
Josh, man.
And it doesn't get much better than that, right? If you want to live the life that you want, as Josh said, if you want to live the life that Josh has had, that transformation from being unfulfilled and stuck in a 9 to 5 to being your own boss, 164 days later, making 9K a month, working when you want, with who you want, wherever you want, on whatever you want, then you can book a link in the description. We get such amazing results, and we've helped so many people make this transition from a life that they don't love into a life that they're excited to wake up for every single day. And as Josh said, all you need is a skill or knowledge. You might have a business that's already going, or you might want to start a business, but all you need is this skill or knowledge, and we can package it into something that allows you to live a life you're excited to wake up for every single day. That is in the description to book in that call, and thank you very much for watching.